What's up, everybody?
How are you doing?
Good.
What was film study like after that one in the D-line room?
After last week's game?
Yeah, you guys had some big plays out there. Grover had that.
Oh, yeah. Up front, we definitely made some really big plays. A lot of good things that came out of the game, but obviously there's some things we need to, obviously get better at. And, we just didn't make enough plays, obviously, at the end of the game.
You guys have been able to get more consistent quarterback pressure over the last few weeks. Just what's kind of got into that?
I think guys just winning more of their one-on-one matchups and really understanding, obviously, like the blitz packages that we have and the protections we're getting and little things like that.
Well, how much credit do you think Gus deserves just for kind of like morphing, changing, whatever, doing little things to help you all be more productive?
No, yeah. I mean, obviously, he's a D coordinator, you know what I mean? He's calling the plays, and he's putting us in positions to be successful. And I think the guys are taking advantage of that.
We were talking to a couple of the young offensive linemen, Borderlini and others, and they said what's really helped them is going against you and Grove. It's not your job, but do you see them getting better from what they've done all through the offseason?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with a guy like Borderlini who's being able to play obviously early and get some starts under his belt, and I feel like he's done a really great job, for our team, for the offense, stepping in that role and in a really big role, obviously, and I think he's going to do a really good job this coming Sunday.
You said you kicked his butt early on.
Hey, I'm just trying to make him better, he's trying to make me better, you know what I'm saying? And, if he's getting better, going against Grove and I, throughout the season, I'm happy for him that he's, really learning from it and it's showing up on Sundays.
But, Shane, you've been with him now a year and a half or whatever, and still a young coach, and he's kind of had to make this tough call to quarterback, and, you guys lost a couple games. There's tough times as a head coach. How does he navigate, difficult or challenging circumstances, do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, obviously as a head coach, you're gonna make difficult decisions. You know what I'm saying? Everything falls back on the head coach, whatever it is, wins, losses, big time decisions, and like what he made and decisions that he made like last week, and whatever the outcome is, obviously, he's going to get the brunt end of it. And I think he does a really good job navigating those waters and really, meeting with guys and really explaining, obviously, to those guys. I'm sure he explained to those guys one-on-one why he's making the changes and little things like that. And I feel like he's done a really good job so far. And, this football team is getting behind whoever it is taking the snaps.
How does a coach, him or otherwise, earn the trust of players, to do those kinds of things, and for you guys to get behind them?
Yeah, just being transparent, you know what I mean? Not sugarcoating anything and letting guys know from day one, look, this is the standard, this is what I'm looking for. From day one, he tells everybody in the room what their role is. You know what I mean? When we start the season. And that's the standard. And if you don't uphold yourself to that standard, obviously these changes are going to be made. And that's how you earn the respect of the guys in the locker room. When you say one thing and you mean it, obviously guys are going to follow you.
Josh Allen's obviously a big-time running quarterback, but he's also the least sacked quarterback in the NFL. What makes it hard to rush against him and get him on the ground?
No, yeah. He has a pretty good O-line, and also for a guy like Josh, like you said, he's elusive with his legs. He can make guys miss. He has a really good, he can really good sense of the pocket when he's feeling pressure. He's able to, escape pressure in the pocket. He's done some circus things in the pocket, getting out of. You think the guy has him sacked, and he gets out of it. He's always looking downfield to make the big play, and his receivers know where he's going to be, the spots he's going to throw to, and his most liked spots that he likes throwing to, and they connect. So he's a special player.
DeForest, how much do you guys look forward to facing a quarterback at elite level like him, and the challenge of making life difficult on him?
Oh yeah, every week is a challenge, but obviously, like I said, a guy like Josh Allen, he's special, and we know the things that he can do, and it's gonna be fun up front. You know what I mean? Going against a challenge like that, you always, to be the best, you always got to go play against the best, and it's gonna be a great challenge for us this Sunday.
How often did you guys replay Grover's play?
Oh yeah, like a million times. It was awesome. Once you get that big guy rolling, there's no stopping. And it was just unfortunate for the Vikings center that he was on that train track.
How does he react in the moment when he makes plays like that?
Just laughs. You know what I mean? You guys know how he is. I mean, yeah, he's just laughing. You know what I mean? And I mean that's what makes Grove so special. I mean he always finds a way to laugh in all types of moments and put a smile on everybody else's face. So yeah, I was very happy for him.
Well, when he makes plays, he talks about it like it's so simple, but you play alongside him.
Yeah.
It's not easy. How have you seen him get better and continue to improve his career?
Yeah. You know, even since I got here, I was always telling Grove, like, dude, if you play off your hands more, use your hands more, and get off of blocks, I mean, you'll be even more dangerous as a player. And I feel like, especially this year, he's been doing a lot better job with, you know, playing off his hands in the run game, even in the pass, you know what I mean, to put some pressure on the quarterback and all those things. So it's been pretty fun to watch him play.
But unique look on the scout team this week with Anthony kind of playing that Josh Allen role.
Oh, definitely. You know what I mean? They're damn near built the same, and you know he's elusive with his legs and you know throws a deep ball. So I mean Anthony's giving us a great look this week.
JT, there are ebbs and flows of every week, but what does it take to jumpstart the run game coming off last week in Minnesota?
It's going to take being physical. I think anytime you can be physical at the line of scrimmage, that kind of not only gets guys up front going, guys on the sideline going, gets the crowd going. So just being physical up front.
How often do you think about that 5 TD game that you had against Buffalo a couple seasons ago?
Yeah, that was a little minute ago. You would love to have another 5-touchdown game for sure.
I mean, that was like one of the all-time great games in the history of the franchise. So, I mean, that's got to make you feel good when you think back on it. And is there anything that you could take from that tape that can maybe spark you this week?
Oh, yeah, just realizing how special it was and then using that to fuel me this week at practice to try to create another special moment.
What was the kind of takeaways from the Minnesota game, just even beyond the running game? Just you guys have been a little more consistent, I feel like, offensively than that.
Yeah, finding ways to stay on the field, no matter what the situation is, being able to make the play. There's going to be critical times where it may come down to a one-on-one, and you just got to find a way to make the play. So that's just, for us offensively, is just finding ways to make those one-on-one plays because that's going to lead to longer sustained drives and then possibly points.
You guys have had a few opportunities to play Buffalo. Defensively, it does look like there are some opportunities for you guys to get the run game going. What are your impressions of them in particular this season? Maybe different from when you faced them in seasons.
I was going to say they still do have a lot of different looks that they show you, and I think that's one thing that can get teams caught up is you don't know kind of where they may be pressuring from. Sometimes they like to disguise a lot. So for us, being able to be in our alignment assignment and kind of everybody being on the same page so that we're able to hit those big runs because we're all on the same page and know where they may be bringing pressure from or not.
Coach Steichen has talked about playing your best ball in November to position yourselves to make a run. Coming off this big stretch that you had the last 5 weeks, tough road environments, how much do you have to capitalize on everything you have working to your advantage at home, especially with how close every single one of these games has come down to?
Like you mentioned, they've all been close, but we get an opportunity at home. Anytime you get to come at home against a great opponent as well, that's always a big plus. You know, we're not going on the road, so we need to use that to our advantage, our communication, the crowd. We need to feed off that energy, and we need to go out there and get a win.
Knowing how good they are, 7-2 class of the AFC, I mean, what could a win like this do for the rest of the season, you know, if you guys are able to get that on Sunday?
That could definitely just help us continue to stack them, to get to where we want to go. Like you said, a great AFC team coming in, but we got to defend home turf.
Knowing you have Joe back there for a second week in a row, how much does that continuity benefit you guys offensively?
Oh, it is tremendous. Anytime you have those repeated reps, not only in the game but in practice, you only get better and better and better, as well as the communication. So we need to use that to our advantage this week for sure.
Is there like a moment when you think back to that game that you had in Buffalo that really sticks out to you, like maybe just one play or a feeling you had or just a reaction that sticks out in your mind still now?
Really the first play of the game. I believe it was that a 5-yard run, something like that. But really, you got to go into every game at the beginning of the game believing that you're going to win. And I think that's what we do every single week. At least for myself, I know I try to get in that mentality of, you know, we're going to get the win, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the win.
Do you remember what happened, like when you get your second touchdown, the third touchdown, like when you just kept, like they kept just coming? Did you have the thought of like, I have opportunities for more, maybe this is it? Like what is a player when you're in that kind of groove?
In that kind of groove, it's just like, dang, okay, you know, how many points do we have? How much time is left on the clock? Because, you know, you want to just be able to keep your foot on their necks. You don't want to let a team like this get any life because they can do some special things. So we got to make sure that we apply pressure all game long.
I know it's tough when you lose a guy like Ryan Kelly, but want to let you show some love to your fellow Badger. What have you seen from Tanner Bortolini and the opportunities that he has had so far this season, the position you know he's going to help put this offense?
Yeah, Tanner has come in. He's done his thing. He's been learning. He's been getting better each and every single week. But I'm excited for him to see how he's going to continue to grow throughout the rest of this season. As we all know, things get a little bit more intense, picked up November, December ball. So it's gonna be really nice to see him grow and continue to go out there and have fun. He's been having a ton of fun doing it.